kinds of skills that you master within the development of the feasibility study are essential to your success in professional communication. You might be asked to prepare a feasibility study on your own as an individual, or to collaborate with a group to develop aspects of a project's feasibility or viability. In any event, you'll need to be able to argue persuasively for an understanding of the basic issues that are present within a project's potential feasibility, viability, or profitability. And so we'll practice those this week within W231. First, the basic purposes of the feasibility study. Again, it's to clarify the central issues that are present within a project's feasibility. What makes a venture or a new project viable or profitable for an organization? These could be simple financial costs that are involved, or it could involve other aspects of the organization, such as management and staffing, the mission or focus of the organization overall, and how the project fits within it. So you can go in all kinds of directions here to define those central issues in defining a project's viability. Part of that is to define the organization's market position or situation in regards to the project. Reconsider your audience here as you write. As a persuasive document, remember that you are pitching an idea to an internal audience, most likely, so you'll need to be able to establish how the project fits within the organization's existing work or focus. Clarify the organization's existing strengths or possible disadvantages with the project. What makes it a good fit for the organization at the present time, and provide basic information for decision making. Those, like I say, can be financial costs that are involved, or they could be other aspects of the organization in regards to the project. And although, remember that this is a persuasive document and that you need to make specific points of recommendation, such as, yes, we believe this is a good idea, or no, we believe this is not a good idea at the present time, or more likely you want to clarify the challenges there with the kind of recommendation where you say, yes, this is a good idea, but these things need to be kept in mind in the project's development. All these things go into the possibility of a project's viability. The basic organization of the feasibility study, paragraph by paragraph or page by page, can be seen on pages 197-98 in the Business Writer's Handbook. In the first section, you need to introduce the project and its background in a very kind of summarized and basic way. What's your role as an individual or as a team researching the project's feasibility? Define changes or possibilities or options for the organization here. What makes this a good idea or not a good idea at the present time? Also define costs or demands on the existing organization. Again, like I said, those can be financial costs, but they may also be aspects of the organization and how the project fits within what the organization can do already, or how the project expands the organization's outreach in some way, perhaps. Explore points of comparison within the feasibility study. You know, are there possible options of going one way or another within the project that might be worth looking at? And then again, at the end, be sure to make a final recommendation: yes, no, or more preferably yes, but these are the central issues in the viability of the project. Some kinds of things that you could think about in terms of the project's feasibility are where the venture fits within the organization or the larger economic landscape of the nation or region. You can think about larger strategic concerns about the economic climate, what in the present economy makes the venture more or less viable. You can also think about this in terms of the organization's competitors here, or competing projects within the organization itself. You know, what makes this idea good or bad for the organization at the present time? What's being done by competitors that makes the viability of this project possible or not possible at the present time? Will new points of focus be necessary within the organization? You could build a comparison of the advantages and or disadvantages for the organization here. What makes this a good fit for what we do as an organization is a good question to explore. Are there any staffing or management concerns? What kind of training would be necessary for the basic workforce within the organization? Or are there particular managers who would be good candidates for leading this new project? Identify those folks or identify those concerns as an aspect of the project's viability. Are there aspects of cost or funding that need to be noticed here? If you were making a basic kind of financial decision to pursue one direction or another, as in the text, you would want to define the specific costs of each option. You can also think here about, are there any opportunity costs? That is, if you go in one direction or another, what possible things are you sacrificing elsewhere in the organization? Are there unanticipated benefits that might arise from the development of the project within the organization, or for the organization's reputation in a larger in the larger climate? Also, you can focus on other practical concerns. What new spaces might be needed if you were expanding production of a particular item that the company was manufacturing? Would you need new factory resources? How do these things fit with the available resources of the organization? What's available in terms of space, and where those spaces are located nationally, if this is a national or international corporation? How might you market this project or venture within the present situation of the nation or region? And then also you might want to define some timelines for development of the project. So how would you measure goals with the project? How would you see its development unfolding in time? And what particular milestones might need to be met for the project to continue in the long term? These are some basic kinds of aspects that you can explore within your own feasibility study. You don't have to explore them all, but try to concentrate on the basic issues, or the things that make the project most feasible, viable, or profitable. Thanks.